everybody, it's me, Steve Schnee, and welcome to another episode of Punk Shui. This is the show where I focus on artists that combine the aggressive energy of punk with some great pop melodies. This isn't pop punk, this isn't punk pop, this is Punk Shui. And on this episode, I'm going to focus on a band called London. Here in the U.S., they are barely known. There are the, punk fans and the hardcore people that get into this kind of stuff. But as far as I know, there were no records released over here in the U.S. And it's a shame because they were probably one of the most melodic, instantly lovable punk bands for the people that were sort of scared of punk. There were the punk bands that scared people. The Dead Boys scared people, even though they had great songs. And it was, I think, the aggressive nature, the spitting and the slam dancing and all that kind of stuff that scared some people away. London may have had spitting at their gigs and slam dancing at their gigs. They called it slam dancing back in those days in the UK. I don't know. But they actually had just a great batch of songs. Now, the band was formed in 1976. There was Riff Regan on vocals. There was Steve Voice on bass and vocals, Dave Wright on guitar, and a drummer that went by the name of Jon Moss. Now, a lot of you probably know him for his later band, Culture Club. But back then, he played in several punk bands. London was one of them. After London split, he went and joined the Damned for a little while. But this little quartet made some great music. They put out a couple singles, they put out an EP, and they put out an album called Animal Games. Now, this album had some great melodic tracks on it. The singles were great. Lots of hooks. And, they still had that aggro energy. They still had, the punk attitude. There was still a snarl in the music, but the tunes were poppy. And, I'm probably at some point going to be featuring bands that have like the shouty voices, the oi bands like Sham 69, maybe even Splodge Nessabounds might even be sort of thrown into there. But London were not one of those types of bands. They put out the one album in 1978 and then they were gone. And it's really sad because this is a band that I think people more in hindsight realize just what a great band they were, and they've, put their singles on lists of like the top 100 punk singles of all time, that kind of thing. I mean, they have become iconic over the years, so they are a band you should definitely look into. Now, they didn't put out a lot of stuff, but they combined it all on this Captain Oi CD, the punk rock collection. So it has the Animal Games album, and then it has the A and B sides that were not on the album. It's a great little collection. They were signed to MCA. They were on a major label. This is just a really, really great band, and this CD is definitely something to add to your collection. The album itself, Animal Games, that's what the album cover looked like. So if you ever find that LP out in the bins, check it out. It's a really, really, really fine band, really fine album. Now, I'm embarrassed to say that Riff Regan and Steve Voice reunited the band London. Now, it was just them, and just a matter of days ago, I found this out. I don't know why I never followed them. I mean, if you type in London on the Googles, then you're going to get a lot of things before you get the band London. So I eventually found and discovered that they have put out albums. They Riff and Steve reunited, and they put together a new edition of the band, or a new lineup of the band, and it's very, very melodic and sounds very similar to what they were doing back in 77, 78. Great stuff I'm hearing online. Eventually, I'll have to track these CDs down. But until then, I'm going to be happy with my punk rock collection on Captain Oi. I think you should definitely check them out. Short-lived, little known here in the U.S., like I said, but definitely worth your time. I have put together a short little medley featuring a few of the tracks from this. I'm sorry that I don't have the later albums to compare those, but I'm sure that after this video, you can go check those out as well. So why don't you sit back, give this a listen, and I will see you on the other side.
Everyone's a winner. Everyone's a golden wonder. Everyone's a winner. Everyone's a golden wonder for you. time, no time. But what did you do in the summer of love? What did you take? What were you thinking of? I wasn't there, but I guess I can guess that your summer in love was just a big mess. Go say that the weekend's here and all your worries will disappear and oh come, it'll be alright now. Young, you look at me but you're young. You try to see me, you're young. It's up to me and I'm young too, you know. Young, you look at me but we're young. You try to see me, we're young. It's up to me and I'm young too, you know. Young, you look at me but you're young. You try to see me, you're young.
Well, that's it for this episode of Punk Shui. I hope this encourages you to check out the group London. Even check out the later albums. Like I said, I've heard a few songs online, and it sounds really good. But Animal Games and the singles, and then the punk rock collection, I'll stand by those definitely. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell for future notifications. And until the next time, remember me. I'm Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie.